Chai, my people, wonder shall never end. Just take a look at what happened today in Lagos at Ojota after Tinubu's speech. Like police and those people that are saying no to protest are now asking Nigerians to go home because they don't have any right anymore to protest because Tinubu has already addressed Nigerians. So these people think that Nigerians are protesting because they want Tinubu to address nation. Like, what is going on, my people? Like, what is going on in this country called Nigeria? So because of Tinubu don't address nation or Nigerians, so because of that, there'll be no protest again. Like now, police are now telling them, is it because they are, making peace with them, they are being friends with them in order to make things work? But right now, since Tinubu don't address Nigerians, so they need to go because the protest is not allowed again. Which we all know that Tinubu did not even talk about the demands of Nigerians, like way forward, how to solve the problems. Only Tinubu was even attacking the opposition, that they are the one, sponsoring the protest. Like Tinubu's speech was so watery, like it doesn't even make any sense, honestly. Let me allow you guys so that you can check out what is happening at Ojota today.
Are they telling us to go out of
Wait, do you know what do you know what I want to do? I want to bring the area commander now. Let him address you.
Yes, listen to me. I'm one of the key leaders of this protest.
Okay, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
We are going to have a meeting by 11 o'clock. We don't want to see anybody now. We have had the president. When we have a meeting at 11 o'clock, we will get back to everybody. We take our decision. Yes.
Before we have our meeting by 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Sir, with all due respect, Agbaya Gale, that's what I know. They are trigger happy. Trigger happy. You understand? I can assure you, one for point because of Magmalagani, but nobody won't be. I don't want you tear gas. You see, everybody will be smart here. True or false?
Listen to me. I cannot take decision. No, let him wait. When we have our meeting, when he says anything, we will now respond to him.
All right, so what you're hearing now is between the protesters and anti-protesters. The man with the cap there, I'm sure is part of the protesters, but the man you saw earlier who was speaking on camera and had his glasses on, the young man, was asking protesters to return home, that the presidency has addressed the nation and that they should hit to his call and to return home and wait until the actions and the reforms and initiative that the president made mention of would start to come to fruition. He also told them that they need to go into dialogue, that the presidency has called for dialogue, and so they should go home. And so the other protesters are replying back and saying they would not go and they would continue as is their constitutional right.
President, Commander-in-Chief has addressed the nation. He has addressed the nation, and that you requested for that. Now that you've been addressed, I will suggest and advise that you go home now. We have treated you as friends, as brothers, as our children. We have followed you quietly. We have been so lawful in what we have done with you. Now, I want to plead with you all to go home now. The reason is that you've been addressed.
But sir, can you tell us what the president told us?
Okay, that is the more reason why you have to go home. On your TV or radio, you will hear the news. please, let there be peace. Please, please, we have been working as friends since we started this program, and now that you are at peace with us, I want to plead with you to go home. Let us enjoy peace. We need peace in Lagos. What happened in some other states, we don't want it to happen in Lagos.
Yes.
If you know you love Lagos and you love Nigeria, please go home now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Yes, sir. Sir, one give us sir, what you said, sir, I'm really happy for what you said. I really appreciate your police men and women for corporate. Sir, on what is on ground now, in our midst, our leaders, they are having meeting with what you mentioned now with the dialogue. That's why we are here. By 11, you permit us by 12. Without the outcome of the meeting, we will not make any violence, we will not make any. We will be here in peace before, after the meeting. With the outcome of the meeting, we will go. Give us till 12 o'clock. Please, we will be here. Our leaders are doing meeting according to what you are saying. Now, give us till 12. We will be here in peace and but we are not doing any violence. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
On that note,
yes, sir.
Your leaders addressed us and they promised us that the issues have been taken care of and that they will advise you to go home. It's on that premise that we're asking that you should please go home now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you and God bless you all.
Sir, on that, our leaders,
well, from what I can see, I think the protest here in Ojota, Lagos is pretty much over, done and dusted, so to speak, or suspended, if you like. Based off of what the president said early this morning, 7 a.m. in the national address, part of the speech he gave, he said that the protest should be suspended pending when there's dialogue between the presidency or the government and the organizers of the protest. And I think because of that is why one of the leaders of the protest came here and made that announcement. He just gave his name as Barrister JP, said he's a legal practitioner, and that if anyone goes against the dictates of the president, the number one citizen of the nation, it can be tagged treasonable felony. And of course, there are sanctions for that, to the highest degree. So he came, gave that address, spoke to the group who were here, and then spoke to the police. However, the group of protesters who were here claim that this gentleman has not exactly been one of them from day one, that they only saw him here yesterday, and now he's come here to give this address. They claim that he may have been a government agent. We cannot authenticate that. But they say he's probably not one of them. Anyway, that doesn't change what he said, which actually is what the president did say, that the protest should be suspended. Having said that, he brought a representative of the police. They also came here and said the same thing, and they advised that all the protesters here should go home based on what the president has said. They also said we should wait till the 1st of October. If the president or the presidency does not implement most of the things that they have promised, or there has been no change, then the protest will come back. The protesters also did say that their own leaders are currently in dialogue with certain persons, maybe government officials. They're currently in dialogue with them, and they pleaded with the police to stay here till 12 when they hope that the dialogue will be over. But the police said everybody should go home. Having said that, now wrapping this up, there's certain people who also came here from the community. They came and told the protesters to also go home, that they don't want disturbance in their community. The protesters charged them and called them sponsor thugs. They claimed not to be sponsor thugs. We spoke to one of them, and they said they are only clearing the crowd, I beg your pardon, because they see that this crowd is being infiltrated by certain boys who are pickpockets and petty thieves in the area. They don't want any trouble in their vicinity or in their neighborhood. The government has spoken, the police has spoken, and they want everybody to go home. And that's where we are at the moment now. So if you look around, Ojota is pretty much empty. Just a handful of protesters behind. I'll swing around so you can see the number of people who are left. Just a handful of protesters, a few journalists, and then the police who have now gone all the way down to where their vehicles are. At some point, it looked like the police were mobilizing, to take action if the protesters refused to leave peacefully. But apparently, it seems dialogue has worked here. There will be no need for force. This is just the handful of people who are left here in Ojota this morning.
Bernard, please, I wanted you to please confirm the identity of the young man we saw from earlier before with the shades. Is that the Barrister JP that you were referring to in your statement?
Yes, he's the one, the tall gentleman with dark shades who was addressing the crowd and addressing the police. We also spoke to him on camera. He simply identified himself as Barrister JP. He says he's a legal practitioner and he knows what the law states. Going against the orders of the president could be tagged treasonable felony, punishable by the highest, the highest punishments in the land. And so he came and said that it will be wise for everybody to peacefully disperse. However, the protesters said that he is not one of them. Now, we have one of the representatives of the civil society groups who has also been marching here, Comrade Aisha, I believe. Yes. All right, please come closer. We are live. I would like you to state what exactly happened and what your advice to the crowd was earlier in 1 minute.
Okay, now that we are seeing now, we heard news from President Tinubu this morning that we are still here today from most of our leaders because we should be here this morning, we should be doing our protest in between the time that most of our leaders will go and do dialogue meeting because Tinubu have call of meeting now. Then they are with them, they will start the meeting by 11 o'clock this morning. There's no up to 11. Then the policemen come and address us that the president has spoken, that we should go home, they will do dialogue, that they are just giving us privilege, that we do it peacefully. That's why they are still here. Then they are now urging us that we should go. Then I told the policemen that we are not saying we are not going, but you give us some time till 12 o'clock. Thank God that you even mentioned that President Tinubu has made a dialogue. Then among of our leaders are with them. Then they are starting the meeting by 11 o'clock. You give us time till 12 o'clock. We'll be here. Then after that, the outcome of the meeting, we will decide whether we will go or not. Then those the boys that challenge us that we should be going, we should be going. I want to go and meet them. Now, why meaning of this? You are a father, you know the meaning this is why you are here. He now told me that they signify that some boys, which is Williams and Thugs, that they are in between our midst. Then they have seen that some leaders that they have go. That the person that they call is not a part of the leader. He just joined us yesterday. He cannot decide for people. Sorry. Then I now address the man. The man now said that because the reason why they come around, they see some of the leaders that they have go. That is why they now change it, because they have seen some guys, Williams and Toss, to not be hijack it and be bring people. Because if that thing happen, they will say that it's Ojota boys. Ojota.
All right. Thank you very much. Just before I throw back to you, Mazino, there's one more person I'd like to take who clearly stated that Barrister JP is not or was not one of those who convened this particular protest. He's not one of the conveners, and that what he was saying was his personal opinion. Good morning. We'd like you to tell us who you are first of all, and then in 2 minutes we'll have this conversation.
My name is Opayemi Folari. I represent the Take It Back movement. You're one of the organizers.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Briefly, you said that we should not go by what Barrister JP has himself said. Why do you say we should not go by what he said? And who is he representing? Is he not representing the group? He seemed to have been speaking on behalf of the group.
As far as I'm concerned, he was expressing his personal opinion, which is free to do. Of course, opinions are free, of course, and it doesn't represent any group here. We are protesting here, and we don't recognize him here. So I don't know. Probably he was sent here to create friction among us here. And his statement is just his personal opinion. Thank you.
So now, what is going to happen? Now he has said that on behalf of the crowd, on behalf of the protesters, everybody should go home based on what the police have said and what the president has said. What are you saying?
Yes. Okay. Let me speak to the presidential speech earlier this morning. I think for me, on a personal note, it was underwhelming as far as I'm concerned. The president missed a golden opportunity to connect with Nigeria, to speak to the pains, the agony, and our plight. He missed that opportunity. What he was doing more or less was just really long campaign promises. And most of the data, most of the statistics was showing out today does not conform with our reality. So we don't identify with this narrative this morning as far as I'm concerned. The demands are still there. He failed to even speak to the demands and even make concession. Yet he said he's opening a dialogue. Did he dialogue with us when he announced no more subsidy? That's the question you need to ask. And also you are right here also when the government sponsor talk came from the other end. Why in the front of the policemen they failed to protect us here, right here. Are they working together? That's the question we need to ask. That's why we get assurance by CP Adegoke Fayode that will be secure here. But and the police we are looking why these guys unleash me. I have to run for safety, just right behind the barricade.
Thank you very much.
Just give me something.
Masinu, that's the situation on the ground. Police officers are here. Again, they remain adamant that everybody should leave the area. They have spoken and told the protesters to leave this vicinity based on the dictates of the president. That's the situation on ground.
What a country. So because of Tinubu has addressed Nigerians, there'll be no protest anymore. So Nigerians, we are protesting because they want Tinubu to come and address them without addressing the issues, without addressing the demands. And right now, he is calling for dialogue. Like, is there any need for dialogue for all the demands Nigerians are demanding, especially for this fuel subsidy, to revise fuel subsidy and bring down the fuel price? Like, is there any need of dialogue in this matter, my people? Please, I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section, because everything that is happening in Nigeria right now, they are so surprising, honestly. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. And please, if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe. And also, don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be notified. And please share the video and also give me a thumbs up. I'm going to leave you guys here till my next one. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamras News TV.